We have now interrupted your regularly scheduled programming to bring you.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Warheads. I'm Apocalypto Joe.
I'm Roscoe.
And Roscoe, I wanted to ask you a question, bro.
Okay.
Do you know what the Hippocratic Oath is?
Yeah, I know what it is. It's basically an oath that states that a doctor is not supposed to harm his patients.
True that. We just did an episode on the Warheads around the net, and we did a big chunk on Dr. Dre and how some of us on the panel felt like it was a little bit too much for him to pay over $300,000 a month to his ex-wife, Nicole. But I stumbled on some information, and I'm thinking he ain't paying enough because this doctor has been practicing malfeasance.
Say word. Okay. Let's talk about this then.
So I came across this article on a website called The List, and it says, what you don't know about Nicole Young's first husband. And believe it or not, Nicole Young's first husband was a basketball player by the name of Sedale Threatt. Are you familiar with him, bro?
Yes. No, I remember Sedale Threatt, dude. I remember him playing for the Lakers. I remember him in a Sonics jersey. So yeah, no, Sedale was one of those guys I like, man. I think he wore the number 3 or something. I don't know, but yeah, I like 3. Little chocolate ball himself.
Yeah, I was watching some clips of him in his younger days, and I watched him on a play where he stripped Jordan of the ball, and he got the ball passed to him, and he went down and dunked it. So he was more than a decent player, putting up good numbers in his career. Right. However, he was actually the first husband of Nicole Young back in 1995. They got married in 92, and they stayed together for 4 years. But I want to read a portion of the article from The List, and then we can go in on this topic. It says, Nicole Young and Sedale Threatt tied the knot in 1992. And it says, we can't say precisely what ended Threatt's 4-year marriage to Young, but it appears that there was an overlap of time when Young was seeing both Threatt and Andre Young. It says in a pre-social media letter written in 1995, Dr. Dre said, hopefully you doing well and you realize you need to quit effing with Sedale and come home to your doctor. I will take care of you, baby girl. It says Nicole did just that, and she married Dr. Dre a year later in 1996. So with that bit of information, I want to know, bro, what's your take on this malpractice of Dr. Dre by just downright dirty macking Sedale in a letter to Nicole when she was still tied to this man in holy matrimony?
That was pretty underhanded, bro. That was pretty underhanded. Like, I guess this would be before, DMs and all that, sliding in the DMs. But yeah, this is basically what he did, man. He slid in a DM, before the age of DMs, and did his thing, man. I crazy enough, I've kind of been through this before, but yeah, you'll have some of these guys who, Dre's not necessarily a street dude, but usually, and you won't just get this from street dudes, because now when I think about it, I think of Robert Redford, and I think of what's the one movie we were talking about probably before this, the money where he's making the proposition to what's his face and her wife, Woody Harrelson and Demi Moore.
Oh yeah, Indecent Proposal.
Yeah. But this is just another example of that kind of stuff. He leaves with his wallet. Come on over here, baby. Let me get at you. And yeah, no, it seemed to work. Dre was on top of his game at this time, so it probably made it a lot easier for her to slip away into Dre's clutches, if you will.
Yeah, right here, like he broke, in my opinion, this is my opinion, he broke so many laws. Like, I don't know if Sedale was his bro, but he was a Laker. We know how them LA people love their Lakers. He dirty Macked a Laker.
Yeah. Apparently he's not a fan like that.
He has no regard for any boundaries whatsoever. He broke God's laws. This is a married woman. And see, this is the problem I have with it. I'm going to just put it out there. Dr. Dre in 1995, he's still with Death Row Records. Death Row Records was on top of the world in 1995. They had a string of hits year after year after year by multiple artists. Yeah. This man had access to any other woman, I should say, other than a married woman. But he chose to go after a married woman. You know how many beautiful women are in LA, man? The women in LA are so beautiful. They put other women in other cities to shame. That's how pretty they are out there. And you go after a married woman, and even when you listen to the tone of the letter, you can tell that Nicole was trying to go back and forth. There was some indecisiveness there. But like you said, with the Robert Redford movie with Demi Moore and Woody Harrelson, she made that decision to go with the rich man. Sedale was at the end of his career, coming towards the end of his career. And so just like a woman who practices hypergamy, yes, ladies, women practice hypergamy, always looking for the bigger, better deal, never letting go of one deal until another one is in place. And I'm not saying she didn't care for Sedale, but there was no virtue on her part. There was no honor, there was no integrity. Because if she's dealing with both men, even the article says that she was going back and forth to both men, that means, I don't know if she was confused or not, but I do know that the money and the influence and the power that Dre had at that time was more than an incentive for her to say farewell to her vows that she made to Sedale and to God and go over to Dr. Dre.
Well, I tell you what. This is a crazy story for me, man. You know what I mean? When I think about this, because now it just seems, when you hear all this stuff now, that Dre is just dealing with karma. It seems like, you know what I mean? Karma is just coming back. Well, like you said in our last video, we did all this to protect or to at least share a dialogue with people about guys who are going through this type of situation, like Dre, and had a lot of sympathy for Dre. And we knew some of these things. The D Barnes thing we knew already. Even the Michelle A thing. But people go through some stuff, and you hopefully expect those people to grow from some of these things if they had those type of things going on. But apparently, Dre is one of those who hasn't learned, you know what I mean? And I'm guessing why, not to use a pun from one of his songs, but now he has the lawyers fucking with Dre. and everybody's celebrating that. Everybody's fucking with Dre now,
It's so funny that you say that, because Dre, he also has a song called Act Right. Dre, you wasn't acting right when you was going after Sedale's wife, bro. And now karma's coming to bite a hole in that ass. Like, that's karma.
Oh, no, I got another song pun if we go in song puns, because now, you know what I mean, since we at this level of the game, it seemed like, what's her name, Nicole? She's gonna forget about Dre.
Hey, she got 300,000 reasons every month to forget about that clown nigga.
Right.
Wait. But if we go in on Dr. Dre and songs, he has another song on his Compton album. issues. Bro, you got issues. Anytime you go after, first of all, you're going after another man's wife. So you're deliberately going after sloppy seconds. And if you're telling a woman, Dre, you're in LA, bro. It's some cold women. And I know in 95, they was cold. I'm talking about super bad. I know they super bad now. They probably more shallow now. But in 95, you probably had your choice of top-notch 10 dimes, women that you could have gone at, and you go after another man's wife. Yeah, you do got issues, bro.
Well, not that I'm gonna throw one more song pun in there. You know what I mean, and that'll be that. But and then we could go off to the next episode. As it seems like Dre and Nicole will have to now. They'll go off into their next episode, whatever that'll end up being for them. But yeah, no, they'll have to turn the page and move on. I don't know how fast she gonna be moving on, because any moving on for her means she got to move on from the money. Right. So she ain't moving on nowhere to no time soon.
I don't know. Ain't moving on. If I was her, I'd stay in his pockets. Which brings me to yet another song by Dr. Dre. Yeah. Bitch niggas. Let me say that again. Let me re-emphasize. Niggas. Because if the word or the phrase bitch niggas was in a thesaurus or a dictionary, your face should be right there. That face right there should be in the thesaurus or the dictionary next to the phrase bitch nigga. Because you did some bitch nigga shit. I ain't gonna even lie. You never go after another man's wife. And this karma that's coming back to you for whatever energy you put out there, from choking up on D, beating up on Michelle A. I even remember Michelle A on some reality TV show dealing with some dude, and she had been abused so bad, she felt like the dude she was with didn't love her because he didn't beat up on her. Dre, what the hell are you doing to these women and to people, period? This is definitely malpractice. The malpractice of Dr. Dre, bro.
Man, the ultimate malpractitioner, if you ask me. But you said it all. There's just no honor with a guy who's gonna do some of the things that he ended up doing, and he didn't really change a lot apparently, or it didn't help him grow a whole lot, because we see how he ended up with Nicole and some of the tactics that he pulled in that. But when you do the dirty macking and all that kind of stuff, the universe is watching. Karma will come back, and some of these type of things that end up happening to you. So yeah, now the lady is in his pockets. Yay.
Yeah, I think she should get more of his money just for dirty macking her brother. You know what this reminds me of, Roscoe? That movie Waiting to Exhale, when Wesley Snipes, his wife was died of cancer, and he was falling for Angela Bassett's character. But the one thing about Wesley's character is he refused to cheat on his wife, even though she was terminally ill. He was gonna wait until she died. He was gonna ride with her to the bitter end because of the vows that he had taken with her. And even though that's just a movie, I do think that is obtainable in real life. I think that when people cheat on their spouse or whoever they're in a relationship with, they are really disconnected from God. Like, their spirituality has to be in the toilet, and not just the toilet when the water's clear, but like when it's pee in there and poop and tissue, like that toilet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. I mean, you're right. All it takes, and all it took for Wesley's character, I should say, in that movie, was to exercise a little patience, a little willpower, not being thirsty. You know what I mean? These are the things that any guy can do that's in that situation. He didn't want to be disrespectful to his wife. Him and Angela, they had the conversation. It was already stated, with, you know, the circumstances with his wife. So, you know, we just waited out for a bit. I don't want to be disrespectful to that situation. Let's just let that play out, and then we can go into our new situation with a clean slate. So, you know, when you do it with your hands above table, and don't dirty Mac, as my man Apocalypto said, you know, you don't have karma come back on you like this. And that's all I gotta say about it.
You know, we as melanin rich people, we already got it hard enough. Last thing we need is to be undermining other people's relationships. And to anybody out there who tries to mac or talk to, man or woman, somebody else's spouse, you deserve every vile thing that comes your way. I hope karma bites all of y'all in the ass, in the whole part, not on the meaty part. Like, is. As far as Dr. Dre is concerned, when he talks about ain't nothing but a G thing, Dre wasn't nothing G about what you did. And I hope you get everything vile that's coming to you for Dirty Mac and another brother. We got to do better, people. That being said, like, comment, subscribe. More importantly, get down in the comments. Subscribe to our page as we go in on these topics. Warheads.
This is for Sedale 3.
This is for Sedale 3, baby.